What kind of new quarterback OC duo are you most looking forward to? Daniel Jeremiah was on here talking about McDaniel and Herbert, how great that's looking. I know Declan Doyle, Lamar, Goff, Petzing is another. What is kind of the new duo that you see having a lot of success and you're excited to watch?
Yeah, definitely McDaniel and Herbert. I think Justin Herbert should be in the MVP conversation this year, well into December, and could have his best season. If you think about Mike McDaniel and just that offense, right? That offense has often been with a quarterback that is based upon anticipation and like touch layer throws, and maybe physically stature isn't the most impressive player. He's had Tua, who's been that ball placement guy. There's been Jimmy Garoppolo, ball placement guy, a little bit maybe not as strong as an arm. It's an average arm. And so the Brian Hoyer in Cleveland, I believe, was there when Mike McDaniel was there. So these quarterbacks that aren't the physical dominant specimen that Justin Herbert is. And now you have this coach that has had to kind of build the offense around that style of player with a quarterback that is made of a lab, out of a lab. And he is 6'6". He is 240 pounds. He has an absolute cannon for an arm, and he's a freak athlete. And so my brain goes to, okay, the quarterback's going to have to adjust a little bit to how he plays and some of those layered throws. We've talked about that. But then it's, well, how does the play caller and the offensive coordinator and the guy who's designing the offense, does he alter a little bit? And I think if both of those guys can really get to a little bit of a, I guess, compromise, but really high level of understanding of, okay, the quarterback's great at this stuff, let's build all of our stuff like that. And then this play caller really needs this out of me. I think this could be one of the better offenses in the league, and the quarterback could be absolutely in the MVP conversation.
Cannot wait to see the Chargers fan base get to experience that. They've been through a lot, man. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of heartbreaks over there.
Tough years.
A lot of turnover, a lot of new transition, a lot of, we should be good. And hopefully this is the year that they do that. So we saw the clip on social of him talking to Jim Harbaugh, McDaniel that is, and saying, like, you have to have an absolute howitzer to make this play happen or whatever. So then it's a roll it to the left, throw back to the right sideline, I guess, and it's on a rope, obviously, which most of Justin Herbert's throws are. And you see McDaniel get super excited. The immediate reaction from everybody on the internet was like, oh, McDaniel's starting to realize that he has like an actual physical specimen as a quarterback. Not that Tua wasn't a phenomenal ball thrower, phenomenal timing route guy for him. They did amazing things together down in Miami, but it does feel like McDaniel's learning in real time just what Justin Herbert is. Remember, he can kick a field goal if he has to. He can punt if he has to. This guy can do it all. How do you feel about that relationship, and what should we expect as this thing continues to blossom, you think?
I'm excited to see it, man. Once we get it all together, I just think of like a master playbook, right? And you need like a different code to access different portions of the playbook. And McDaniel, we acknowledge, the creativity and how good a job he's done, but he's never had the access codes to some of the plays he's going to be able to call and run with Justin. So when you get that creativity, almost like an artist, and then you pair him with a enormous canvas, I mean, I'm excited to see what they end up painting. And I would also add on top of that, like, guys, get ready for this game. I know we won't see the guys tonight, the main guys. But when you look at this Chargers team, Pat, you're literally adding 2 all-pro level tackles. They went to the playoffs last year without either one of them. Now you add both those. You add the creativity. You get Omarion Hampton healthy for a whole season. And the guy you see leaping up and catching this ball right now, Ladd McConkey, in my opinion, was put on this earth to play in this offense. Like, he's going to go nuts.
Okay, so Ladd McConkey about to have a Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola type season. Is that what Ladd's going to do, or is Ladd going to be open and stretching the field? Or is he got option routes? We got option routes at about 5-6 yards where he can just kind of cook everybody whenever he wants to. What are you expecting?
Yeah, run after catch. He's going to give you so much of that, where you're getting, in the past where they might have been conversions, it's 3rd and 6, and you're getting the conversion. You're happy with the 8 yards. The ball's going to come out so quick, and he can separate and uncover so quick. He's going to have an opportunity to turn those, 8-yard gains into 20, 30-yard gains. There's going to be a lot of run after catch explosives where, Justin with his big arm can access deep down the field and go over the top. they're going to get explosives without having to even drive the ball as far down the field.
We were talking to Dan Orlovsky last week. We were talking to Dan Orlovsky last week about this offense that McDaniel runs, about the timing and things, and the type of ball in which he throws. I think because he has such a cannon, he's going to be able to be a little bit slow maybe on his reads at the beginning of the season. His arm might be able to catch up with his brain at some point. When do we think he'll be able to get a full grasp of what this offense could be, or we just never know what the full grasp is ever going to be because McDaniel has a never-ending playbook for this guy?
Well, I think he's getting it quick. I mean, I was out there at training camp, and I saw, more back foot, ball gone throws from Justin where it was just timing that you see these incredible plays. I mean, I've called all these plays. They're all kind of rolling back through my head. So many of them are where he's buying time or he's throwing across his body, like these incredible throws. But they're just baking in some easier completions for him to complement those. So he looked pretty darn comfortable in it in what I saw. I'm sure it'll get better as the year goes along. But I'm trying to not get too carried away here, but I don't think you got to wait till mid-season to see how this thing looks. I think they'll come out the gate ready to go.
I love that. Can't wait for that. And that is what is expected out of Justin Herbert, by the way, especially now that he's in love.
Yeah, bingo.
He's in love publicly. I love that for him. We're excited for Justin Herbert.